Over the last few years, Toho have been releasing short films in celebration of some of the Showa-era films' anniversaries. And these are a return to form for us lovers of classic kaiju filmmaking, which is nice considering all the major film releases nowadays use CGI. All three of the shorts I'm about to talk about can be found online, and I definitely recommend watching all of them, considering together they total under 30 minutes. So anyway, on to the first one, 2021's Godzilla vs. Hedorah. The short starts by introducing Godzilla's goopiest foe. He's attacking some sort of industrial area, and starts taking a hit off a smokestack before he's startled by the G-Man, who's pumping himself up to throw some hands. The great thing about these shorts is the emphasis on the up-close kaiju fistfights. In this one, Godzilla dishes out an uppercut and a jumping kick, while Hedorah manages to get in a few good hits of his own, not the Class A kind though. After a bit of a scuffle, Godzilla blows Hedorah to pieces, which of course looks awesome, and then he walks away as the sun sets, with his theme from a 1971 film playing in the background as well. A lovely homage to end the film. A year later was the 50th anniversary of Godzilla vs. Gigan, so naturally we get a follow-up called Gigan Attacks. The story is pretty much the exact same as the previous short. Godzilla encounters Gigan, they duke it out, Godzilla destroys his enemy in a glorious explosion. However, it's all about the production. This time the Gigan suit was crowdfunded by the fans, and Toho made one that very closely resembles the original Showa look. There's a lot of shots that just show it off in all of its glory, and damn, does it look good. There's also an evolution here from the previous short. It's shot at night, which helps sell the effects better, especially Gigan's beam attack and his visor. The long take in this one is better as well. In the Hedorah short, it kind of obscures a lot of the battle, maybe for budget reasons I guess, but here you see most of what's going on. And there's also this really cool bit where it enters the inside of one of the miniature buildings and follows the monsters through to the other side. And of course we get classic Gigan, getting overly confident and actually getting a few good hits in on Big G. He slashes him across the face so he can have his Bruce Lee moment, and later he cuts the G-Man's chest with his stomach saw. But that's all just before he gets dispatched with a point-blank atomic breath blast to the face. Godzilla wins once again. And then there's the newest short, which has definitely gotta be my favourite, Operation Jet Jaguar. Because we're now in the 2020s, Jet Jaguar is now a mecha piloted by AI, and he's been built as a super weapon to defend Japan against Godzilla. We get a quick introduction to him right at the start of the film, with this shot that reminds me of Evangelion, and then straight into some Godzilla destruction. Before long, Jet Jaguar is dropped in, and he skillfully avoids a bunch of atomic breath attacks to get in close and begin the brawl, in another insane long take. Yet again, it's fun, fast-paced action, with great choreography and miniature work, and bringing back the absolute unit that is Jet Jaguar, you really can't go wrong. The ending to this one also hypes me up a ridiculous amount for what's to come, but I'm not going to talk about that because everyone should be watching these for themselves. Overall, these are all fantastic shorts, and most importantly they're for the fans, bringing back fan favourite kaiju and bringing them to life with old school sound effects, classic Godzilla soundtracks. It's enough to get any of us smiling. But the fact each short is so well put together, we need more. On the technical side, I'm not sure what type of continuity these fit into. They all use the Final Wars Goji design, and I've read somewhere that the suit was a replica, hence why it's held up so well almost 20 years later, but like I mentioned, the Gigan and Jet Jaguar suits were crowdfunded and newly made. The miniature work is also on point. I especially love it at the start of the Hedorah short, with the low angle dolly shots. I feel like miniature work is quickly becoming a lost art, so I really appreciate it being shown off so lovingly here. But the most important thing about these is that they're celebrations of Godzilla. Each one has references and reminds us why we love these classic films. On top of that, there's also a couple of CG ones. For you Gigan chads, there's Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex, which I'd say is the most anime Godzilla has ever gotten. And there's also Godzilla vs. Megalon, which reinvents one of the most important moments in Godzilla history. If I'm having a bad day, and I'm in need of a quick dopamine boost, I know I can pop one of these on, and I'll at least be joyful for 10 minutes. I have all of them downloaded on my computer as well. Don't tell Toho.